We start with breaking news this afternoon. My colleague Andrew Clennell, our political editor, joins me. Just over 2 weeks from the budget, a lot of discussion about cost of living. Andrew, from fuel to beers, and you've got some breaking news on that front this afternoon.
That's right, Kieran. Sky News can reveal there will be a cut to draft beer excise as part of a cost of living package in the federal budget. The prospect of a cut to petrol tax is definitely also in the mix, but no decision has been made on that. But we know that at least 20 Coalition MPs have written to the Treasurer Josh Frydenberg backing a hotel and club lobby push for a 50% cut in excise on draft beer. Such a beer tax cut would save people 35 cents on each schooner of beer at the pub. Will this be frowned upon in some quarters? A cut to the cost of alcohol? Well, the government will frame it as being about creating hospitality jobs after a very tough time for those businesses dealing with COVID, as I understand it. The PM and Assistant Treasurer Michael Sukkar did nothing to pour cold water on the prospect of a petrol tax cut or cost of living measures in general yesterday.
The budget is coming up at the end of this month, but I think Australians understand.
Yes or no?
The answer is the budget's at the end of this month. But my point is that excise, where it is sat, is not going to change what the fluctuations are in price. What is driving fuel prices are things well beyond the shores of Australia.
Households, are feeling the pressures of cost of living, and that will be something, Andrew, that is certainly a focus of the budget.
Well, let's wait and see on the petrol tax cut, but we can reveal this beer tax cut is coming. Scott Morrison didn't rule out a petrol tax cut again today in the Central Coast seat of Dobell, while again appearing to confirm cost of living measures are on the way.
We are very aware of what is occurring with petrol prices, and these cost of living impacts are real, and the Australian government understands that. As I said, the budget is in a couple of weeks, and that's when announcements are made about all matters in relation to the budget, and I don't intend to engage in pre-budget speculation on this matter or any other matter.
Well, let's have a look now at the cost of living options for the government. He might not engage in pre-budget speculation, but we will. We know because Josh Frydenberg confirmed it on Afternoon Agenda recently that the Stage 3 tax cuts will be implemented on their original timetable, 2024, with that being the year that the rate of tax for those earning up to $200,000 a year will drop from 37% to 30%. You will guarantee them. Sorry, I just want to get back to this point. You will guarantee them?
Absolutely.
And will they come earlier? Yes or no?
Well, firstly, no, they're legislated, they've got a timeline, and that is what we have announced, and that is what is our plan.
Well, let's have a look at some of these measures. That particular measure, the Stage 3 tax cuts, comes at a significant cost, as you can see, an estimated $19 billion a year. Here are some of the other things we know or suspect. The lower to middle income tax offset may be extended with the election just 2 months away. There's already a payment due in July. Let's see. That's worth $1,060 to a lot of taxpayers in a one-off payment. And as we just revealed, a cut to the beer tax. If the industry lobby gets what they asked for, the size of the cut they asked for, that will cost $150 million a year. Then there is the prospect, perhaps, of a petrol excise cut. If you cut it by a quarter, it would cost a whopping $5 billion a year. But if you stop the next indexation rise, it's more like $500 million. So that seems more likely if the government's doing it. Would it make any practical difference? We'll have a look at those prices and decide for yourself. Probably not, as it is only a couple of cents a litre, and petrol prices could rise by another 20 cents. Given the global situation, they could just keep going up. But it would be an attempted political fix by Scott Morrison, where he appears to listen and is seen to do something around the issue of petrol prices. Anyway, one thing is for sure, the PM knows the price of a litre of petrol now.
Can you tell me the price of a loaf of bread, a litre of petrol and a rapid antigen test?
Now, I'm not going to pretend to you that I go out each day and I buy a loaf of bread and I buy a litre of milk. I'm not going to pretend to you that I do that.